In the ever-competitive soda industry, a giant named Coca-Cola stood poised for a monumental change. It was a lesson written in marketing history, etched into the collective memory as one of the most unforgettable blunders ever committed. The date was April 23, 1985, a day that would forever be associated with a daring gamble gone terribly wrong. Coca-Cola, the undisputed monarch of soda, had decided to tamper with its formula that had remained unchanged for nearly a century prior. The world watched in anticipation as they unveiled their creation.
Coca-Cola is about to announce what it calls the most significant development in its history.
New Coke is what they called it, and it was an unprecedented deviation from tradition. The decision, in Coca-Cola's eyes, was a response to their enduring rivalry with Pepsi.
These two products, Pepsi and Coke, have been going at it eyeball to eyeball. And in my view, the other guy just blinked.
For 15 long years, Coca-Cola had been slowly relinquishing its dominance in the soda market, with consumer preference for the iconic soda dwindling. Pepsi had played its cards brilliantly, signing the king of pop himself, Michael Jackson, for a staggering $5 million partnership in 1983. As a result, the following year, Pepsi reported an impressive $7.7 billion in sales and a surge in market share, while Coca-Cola's numbers took a substantial dip during that same time. Desperate to reclaim their throne, Coca-Cola embarked on a quest to create a sweeter, more appealing version of their beloved drink. In taste tests conducted by 200,000 consumers, New Coke emerged as the preferred choice. But there were two crucial elements that they had overlooked. The first being that New Coke only tasted better in small quantities.
It was fantastic. It's a great new taste. I can't believe they could improve Coke.
It's the best Coke I've ever had. It's just delicious.
It simply was just too sweet to drink a whole can or bottle of this new recipe. And the second crucial element that was overlooked was the unbreakable bond consumers had with the original Coke formula that they grew up with. It was more than just a drink. It was an American icon, an integral part of the nation's identity. When New Coke burst onto the scene, the backlash was swift and ferocious. It wasn't just about taste, it was about tradition, about a company meddling with the very essence of Americana. The uproar was deafening.
What's the matter, Wilbur?
They changed my Coke.
As calls inundated Coca-Cola's offices, with irate consumers flooding the 800-GET-COKE hotline. For example, June 1985 saw the Coca-Cola Company fielding a staggering 1,500 calls a day on their consumer hotline. This is in comparison to a mere 400 calls a day prior to the recipe change. People weren't just angry, they were personally offended. One man by the name of Gabe Mullins invested $30,000 of his own money and 3 weeks of his life to wage a one-man war, demanding the reinstatement of the original recipe. Mullins echoed the sentiments of many, declaring that Coca-Cola had stripped them of their, quote, freedom of choice.
They can't do it. That's un-American because we fought wars to have a choice, to have freedom.
The soda had woven itself into the very fabric of America over the last 100 years, and the audacious change felt like a betrayal of the nation's heritage.
I think the new Coke is too sweet. I like the old Coke better.
We're trying to start a grassroots campaign to get the old Coke back.
Can somebody out there tell me why Coke did it? Why they changed?
As customers realized that their pleas were falling on deaf ears, some resorted to hoarding bottles of the original formula. One consumer from San Antonio, Texas, splurged a staggering $1,000 on all original Coke products, stockpiling them as if they were precious artifacts. Recognizing the gravity of their misstep, the Coca-Cola Company swiftly relented. On July 11, 1985, just 79 days after the ill-fated launch, the original Coke recipe returned, but rebranded this time as Coca-Cola Classic. The news of the revival of Coke Classic dominated headlines across the nation when it occurred. New Coke, despite its poor reception, continued to be sold for a number of years, and in 1992 it was renamed from New Coke to Coke 2. However, its market share was minuscule and the beverage was discontinued in 2002. Despite the undeniable failure that was New Coke, Coca-Cola preferred to see it as a testament to the power of taking calculated risks, even when they veered off course. In the words of the then chairman and chief executive officer, Roberto Goizueta, he says, "We set out to change the dynamics of sugar colas in the United States, and we did exactly that, albeit not in the way that we had planned." New Coke, once a symbol of audacity and hubris, now resides as a cautionary tale. It vanished from American shelves, a relic of an experiment that dared to tamper with a timeless classic. Yet for those who want to taste the elixir that once set the world abuzz, you may be able to find a Stranger Things collector's pack that offers 2 cans of new Coke in it. If you are looking for this collector's pack, I haven't been able to find any store that still has it in stock, but I did find some on eBay, so if you want to try your chances that way, that's a good route to go. And that's all I've got for you on the history of New Coke. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like content like this, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel and like the video. Also, feel free to comment and let me know about other topics that you would like me to cover, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Cheers.